back. Sorry for that quick little break there. I was trying to figure out. There we go, baby. Now I'm seeing something that I want to see. Now I'm seeing something. It's the little things in life. So now we are live on YouTube. What up, YouTube? If you see me on YouTube, we are live on Twitch. What up, Twitch? How are you doing today? And we are also live on Facebook. What is up, Facebook? Hey, yo, we are working? I think so, dude. I'm going to jump into my lives. I have my own Facebook open so I can look at it, and I'm going to try and do some test chats from the different platforms. Oh wait, you just closed a dockable window? Yep, that's totally okay. Okay, let me put this guy over here though, because I can actually just watch the chat on my main screen. So let's go to Facebook. Let's refresh this, see if it's got my live actually going. Yeah, live. Boom, let's pull that up. And then let's try and test chat. Test chats from Facebook. Okay, went through there. What up, Cheyenne? How are you? Oh, wait, I see that test chat one, though. So is it just taking a second to actually come through? Like maybe it's catching up? So let's give that a second. And then Twitch, I think, was working. Sweet, dude. Appreciate the link drop. Appreciate that. I don't know if he's officially my moderator, but I hope so one day. I hope I can pay my man enough money to where he doesn't have to do anything else anymore and he could just moderate for me. Yo, Adam Powell in the house. What up, peoples? How are you? I'm over here trying to figure out some integration, text chat integration. And Will, you should follow Adam, MS with the wrong effer. He's the best, dude. He's the best. He's a fellow MS warrior who's out there like in the big world doing big things for all of us people who are living with MS. And he's covered in cool tattoos, and he likes to play video games, and he's just a cool human being. And he does an actual really funny podcast, Podcaster Bait, I think it's called, and these dudes are pretty hilarious. So I actually have Facebook up. That's on my list of things to do today is go through Messenger. I've got a couple of things that I'm working on. I got to redraw this design I made of this baby Jason farting. I'm going to tattoo that tomorrow. And really the only thing I want to redraw is the blocks. I don't like the blocks. They don't look like actual blocks, so I got to find a good reference photo. But yeah, he's going to be potent, and I love that it says pote. Thinking doing his little onesie, like the green, you know, his traditional kind of shirt green and stuff like that. I really want to do this one at some point too. I got to redraw it. It'd have to have the better banner and stuff, but just the idea of a cat wearing a Jason mask. I enjoy that. But yes, Adam, I am going to be getting to my messages. It is on my list of things that I need to accomplish and would like to accomplish. And there's some other stuff that I'm going to be putting together. I'm going to be looking into Shopify, trying to figure that out a little bit. So that's cool. But cool, dude. This looks like it's actually, you know what I mean, doing something. And then let me just make sure. It looks like everything. Yo, let's figure it out together, dude. That's what so much of my time spent doing this stuff is going to be about, is just helping each other in a bunch of different ways. And then growing the book stuff. I'm really excited about the book stuff. The feedback I've been getting. I am going to read Chamber 4 today and go over a little bit of Chamber 4 just because I'm trying to get through the book relatively quickly so that I can get all my notes updated in the master document, get everything corrected. add stuff in that I want to add, take stuff out that I want to take out. Have it get to a really good editor. And, yeah, go from there. But, dude, as I figure stuff out, I'll let you know. If there's anything I'm like, oh, you know, this worked or that didn't work, you know, I don't know. But I'm glad to share whatever I learn along the way. I'm more than glad to share. But, dude, this makes me so excited. Thank you, Will. You pointed me in the right direction. And then Leaky as well. If Leaky ends up on Switch, it would be cool to see them pop in and say hi. But they were sending me some stuff as well about trying to get... And then how about YouTube? Let me see if it's latest live performance. Oh, that was kind of already there. Can you just go to a straight view your channel? Because I want to say that's where the dude from Big Damn Films was with us yesterday. He was commenting on YouTube. Oh, nice, dude. It's there. It looks good. And it's, let's see here, new managing moderators can support your channel in even more ways. Hopefully we get to that point where we need, you know, something like that. Sweet. Test, Will, right there, number 1, beautiful. That's awesome, dude. How much do I gotta pay you to be my forever moderator? How much? Oh, you're right. It's there, but it's not popping up because you would have put the test in there. Let me try one. Test 1, 2. Microphone checker. Test 1, 2. Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Okay. Cool. YouTube is yeah, I don't know. So I guess, you know what though, 2 out of 3 isn't bad. And honestly, most of the live stuff, unless it comes through different places, isn't coming through YouTube anyway. But that's weird because yesterday, dude was commenting. Last night, he was able to comment through YouTube. But cool. Okay, so good to know that works. Twitch looks good. What are you up to today? You at work? Chilling, hanging, doing the thing. Now I'm going to start responding to some messages. Look at some messages. I feel that. I actually went into work this morning for like an hour and did a big... Right, meatloaf. I love meatloaf, dude. Went to work for a little bit. Did a consult for a while on a big biomech piece I'm going to start putting together. And John, my mentor, is like the king of biomech. So I was like, why would I try and figure this out on my own? And I asked him last week sometime, I was like, hey, would you go like an hour? I could steal your time to walk through this process and, you know, really make sure I'm making good decisions and thinking about it correctly and all these things and what might be the best approach. And I'm so happy I did because... John's been tattooing for a long time. He's got a ton of knowledge up in that head, and he's always so kind to share it. If you're like, hey, I want to, you know, I want to explore this or I want to explore that, he's not a gatekeeper when it comes to information, and that's always a good thing. Sorry, I'm just going to pick that up just a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. I dig it. Sorry, I'm very tired. My MS has been the past, like... I had to go put sweatpants on. I ain't put sweats on in a while, and all of a sudden I was talking to my queen, and I'm like, yo, I just got that MS cold, like, out of nowhere. Whole body was just like, brr. However, got a couple vinyl yesterday. I'm done, or listen, I ordered all these. I don't want people to think out here I'm just spending crazy amounts of money on vinyl. I'm not saying it's like a super cheap, you know, hobby to have, but I'm also not just collecting for the sake of collecting. I'm trying to get stuff that I really want to listen to. Maybe the artwork I'm going to take something from, you know, be inspired by, using one of the images for a tattoo or something like that. But 2 came in the mail yesterday. 2 video game soundtracks. First up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. I haven't opened it yet. I guess we could open them and see if there's anything cool in there. Oh, the arcade Turtles in Time, but then that home edition was so good. I played a lot of this game. I think it was Super Nintendo was the one that I played. But just traveling through all the different, backdrops. When you do time travel, you can take the turtles to so many fun places. And then when you be on the thing and you be in the sewer and you get hit, it'd be like, my toe! My toe! Oh, my toe! All right, let's see what we got. Ooh, it's a nice open up cover. Double LP. Oh, dude, I would have paid the money just for this piece of art right here. I need to find somebody who wants like all of these and then maybe do something with it. Or try and replicate that. Either that Mikey or that Donnie is beautiful too. But look at the inside look at the inside jacket. How good, dude. How good is that? Yes. If you're gonna give somebody a Ninja Turtle record, you better put a cool thing on the inside, and they definitely showed up. Oh no, I just gotta pull that out. The bends are bad. One moment, please. There we go. There we go. Wonder what the actual vinyl looks like. Just one of them, but oh, nice. That's cool. Like purples in there and grays. I love all the fun creations they do now. Oh, rad. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun listen. That might come later on today, who knows. And then the other one I got was one of my favorite video game scores in a while. I remember I played through the whole thing. I don't know if I 100%ed it all, but I know I played through the, oh no, Broforce. Oh no, Juan's back now. I just saw Juan today. See, I don't check my messages all the time. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have any notifications on my phone. My phone doesn't bing, it doesn't whistle. I don't even have my social apps, like none of that is on my home screen. So I don't even really look at it. Like if I open my phone, my lock screen is the universe because I like thinking about, our little tiny place in the universe. But yeah, my home screen is just a couple things and that's it. No social type stuff. I do have Twitch on there. But I put it on there thinking I would do it more on my phone, but I'll probably just take it off there because the majority of the time when I'm doing anything with Twitch, I'm sitting at my desk. And I would like to get back to a place in life where, the internet is a place in my house that I go to, and then when I leave that place, the internet doesn't come with me. That's just me, though. Doesn't gotta be everybody. But there is a certain freedom. Sometimes I just leave my phone at home on purpose. They'll be like, oh, you forgot your phone. I'll be like, did I? I don't know. Maybe. That's not food in here, Asher. This is a cool trick my wife taught me, is to use old containers that are empty, food containers, and you take all your packaging, like the wrapping pieces, and you jam it all in there. So this is a great cover too. Look how good this cover is. This is the soundtrack from Astrobot, which Astrobot was phenomenal. This game was so good. PlayStation exclusive. He's become the cool mascot in so many ways. See what we got on the inside. Oh, gorgeous, dude. Because throughout the whole game, you're trying to find these big components right here. You got like all the different worlds, you get different pieces, and you're trying to rebuild the PlayStation that's a giant spaceship, and you fly around in your controller to all the different galaxies. The sound design, the use of the haptics in the controller, just top notch. Awesome sauce. Those are cool. Those are cool. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, and I got this guy too because I was really cold for a second, and then I had it on, and then I was like, oh, I'm too hot now, then I'm too cold. It's like I have menopause. Get cold flashes, hot flashes, all the flashes. It's okay, flashes. Oh, okay. So let's see. Let's start with some... I I got message requests. I got all that, but we're actually going to start by looking at, I want to find a way to print on demand, find a really good print on demand shirt company, and it looks like you can route that through Shopify. Because the issue I ran into with my first round of t-shirts that I made for the podcast is the sizing. And I had a much bigger request for certain sizes than I had stock. And so I ended up with some of the smaller sizes that I still have a few on hand that I'm sure somebody will pick up at some time. But the smaller ones just didn't go quite as quick. So I'm thinking if I can do print on demand and still limit it to 50 total products, but it's like it's just available until those 50 are gone. And then whatever size it is, there's the ones that comes out. But I want to make sure I can get a demo order and see if, because I really want the packaging to be nice like it was that I got the first go around. I want it to be, nice on the inside, maybe some stuff written. I wouldn't be able to do the personal thank you cards that way, so that'd be a little bit of a bummer, but you'd still be able to probably get a thank you card printed and put into there. So that might be cool. So let's start there a little bit. So let's start with, let's open a Shopify window, see what we can learn about Shopify. And then let's open let's see, are these? Interesting, because now I'm seeing some comments on Facebook that I'm not seeing pop up. What up, TJ? I'm not seeing pop up here. So let's go back to Restream. But see, now it shows all three of the services are offline. Unless I got some settings or something aren't quite there. Let's go to, because I'm still streaming to everything, but let me see. Twitch comment. Okay, so Twitch is like doing well. However, it shows everything when I look at Restream, it shows everything offline. Okay, but let's go here. But actually in the Restream chat, I'm seeing it all. So I wonder if I can link this Restream chat window to OBS somehow, because and it actually shows everybody's profile pictures, all the good stuff. Whereas this guy, let me see, let's get rid of him. Yeah, let's remove that. And then let's go to sources, add a source, browser, add a browser. Now let's see if I can get I wonder if I can get the URL for this right here. Discord, social platforms, relay bot, filtering, commands, read, reply. Oh, but some of them, so see which platforms are connected and what each supports. So YouTube and Twitch, you can read, reply, relay, and Discord, read, reply, relay, Kick, Rumble, but Facebook, you can only read and reply, but you can't relay. And Facebook profile, so like from a Facebook page, you can read and relay, but from a Facebook profile, it is read and there's no reply. Was I saying relay, reply? Hopefully you know what I meant. But so maybe that's the issue I'm having with Facebook not pulling all the way through to what I had on the screen up there, having the chat window up. So let's just pull this guy out for now. So we'll get there. Connect your social channels, talk to your audience across multiple platforms. Already did that, because when I have the, oh, no, I don't want to close the chat. Where is the... okay, because yeah, it shows streaming, and then I can see where people are looking at things, where people are watching from, and I think there's a way in Relive to open the chat. There we go, chat. Ah, okay, now can I undock? Let's try this again, embedded chat. So let's copy the chat stream. Then let's go to over here. Let's add a source in OBS. Let's add a browser window. Add a new browser. Replace the URL. See what happens. Okay, so this says now the chat is ready to display messages, but let's see if it does anything. Just leave it, see if it does anything at all, because I feel like it's launch chat. Okay, so we got you from Twitch, that looks good. Facebook, it looks like it's not really gonna do anything regardless, because it's coming from my profile. And oh, TJ, what do you use, dude? If you don't use Shopify, if you don't mind me asking, what do you use for it? Because your shirt is dope, homie. Like, great quality, all that stuff. But I'm looking to maintain, I don't know how long you've been on the stream for, but I'm looking to maintain the ability to do like custom boxes and things like that at the same time. If it's, and do on demand, you know, like the on demand kind of printing where somebody can order, click a button, and then boom, you got on demand printing. See if he's able to get that. And then, yeah, you tried putting that in YouTube. I see that, but I don't see nothing popping there. So there's gotta be something. There's gotta be something. But here, let me see. But even on the chat settings, I'm only seeing social platforms. Because even in the chat, I'm not seeing on this one. It says Facebook page. I'll be able to do that to read. But I should still be able to read from the Facebook profile. So I don't know why that's not showing up in chat. Oh, dedoy. Such is life. That's okay. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out one way or another. We'll take our time. I just don't know why it keeps putting itself. Oh, I don't really have an app for the multi-chat. It's just through the Restream. So I guess Restream is what I would be using it. And then they have this chat option that you can go to, and you get an embedded chat link, and then you use that, throw that into OBS, at least if I'm understanding the, like, embedded in a stream. Right there, copy the embedded URL into a streaming software like OBS, or open it in a browser to show chat as an overlay. Don't share it. So embed chat from any live stream. Embedded chat from specific stream setup. So is that live August 10th? I don't know what I'd be, oh, whoops. Messed up. I'm trying to think. Copy into or open it in a browser to show the chat. So that's what we want, is to show the chat as an overlay. Let me make this bigger though, because I can't even see what you're saying right now. Ah, I see. Maybe, yeah. See what would be a good route to go. And then we're gonna look if okay. Now I'm looking at Shopify alternatives. You have a blessed day as well, Angie. I mean that. With every bit of me, I mean that. Yeah, Cheyenne, I know. We're gonna get you in soon. Don't worry about it. I don't have any experience doing this either, dude. We just figure it out together. I mean, if anything, the two brains are better than one or something like that. Isn't there some adage? I feel like I need to throw a little music on though because it's quiet. Just a little tiny background. I think I'm gonna put this Astrobot on. Or Turtles in Time. Let's go. Let's go. How you doing, Willie? Chucky? Gentleman? Sam? Mikey? Rosalina? Oh, I'm gonna hit this ghost pipe too. I'm about to put y'all on game. Gorgeous vinyl. Look at this thing. Beautiful. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Just gonna make sure it's not too loud. Oh, dude, the Konami. That sounds so good. Oh, I feel like that sound just, I hear it. I can hear it at the arcade back when I was a kid already. I can hear it. I can hear it. Oh. What up, Lucky? How are you? How are you? How are you? That's right, dude. You're half a brain. I'm half a brain. We'll figure it out, man. We'll figure it out. Listen, though, I'm about to put you all on game with this ghost pipe tincture. You're gonna be like, bro, what are you talking about? This stuff has been a game changer for my MS. My mom, the house I grew up in is way out in the woods. And it's a beautiful place. I was just, dude, all good in the hood. I'd love to hear that. Cheers. Cheers, my friend. But I grew up out in the woods and stuff, and that woods is, in my opinion, magic. Sorry, I had to get my little dropper ready. And my mom has an apothecary in her house, like legit, all kinds of little potions and remedies and, you know, putting nature back into the body. And it's incredible what nature can do. I'm not saying regular medicine, ibuprofen and stuff ain't good as well. I'm just saying it is amazing what nature can do. And she has this ghost pipe growing out there. Ghost pipe is, I don't think it's a mushroom, but it's something like a mushroom. My brother and my sister-in-law and my mother could tell you so much more than I know. All I know for certain is that you put a little bit of this stuff under your tongue, you hold it there, it burns because it's all cuts. Luma Stream, Social Stream Ninja, cool dude, appreciate you. I don't know. I know so many people use it for so many things. Oh, because it's cut with Everclear. Because it's Everclear. Most tinctures, you know, they have to be cut with that stuff. But you put it under your tongue and it just does something. All my ladies with their menstrual things, a lot of the ladies in my family use this for exactly that, which is amazing. You know, it helps out in a cool, natural way. Pain, headaches, my MS type stuff. It's awesome. So you're probably gonna see me make some funny faces though for a second because it does not feel good under the tongue. However, that's the best way to get it kind of streamed into the body quick enough. So bottoms up, here's a tincture of, or a dropper of ghost pipe tincture. And you just put it under there and hold it. And it burns. Oh. Practice breathing. You can hold it for longer if you wanna. That's good stuff. But it does help with the pain. Something good. Something good. Okay, so I'm seeing some. We'll just have to. Let's look one of these up though that Will is talking about. We've got Lumia Stream. I kind of like Social Stream Ninja. I just like the way it sounds. Let's see. Social Stream Ninja. Ninja rap. Go ninja, go ninja, go. Go ninja, go ninja, go. Go ninja, go ninja. Okay, so it says features. What do? Discover all the powerful capabilities that make Social Media Ninja the ultimate tool for managing your cross-platform social engagement. So it says live two-way chat messaging for Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Zoom, and more. No login or API keys needed for most platforms. Multi-channel source icons to differentiate between platforms. Automatic message relaying between platforms. That's dope. Bot commands and auto response. That's cool. I know, Will, you like doing that stuff. Build some fun auto commands and all that with scriptable plugin, custom command logic with a scriptable plugin file, automated greetings and responses, message filtering, and moderation. Anybody else beyond these little pouches, these little nicotines? I don't like a lot of AI. I don't need that. Text to speech. That's pretty cool. Deep customization. Deep. I want more customization to be deep. We need deep customization. So deep. So let's see. Choose an initial installation method that works best for you. Probably a standalone app. I'm a fan, or standalone desktop app. I'm a bigger fan of that. So let's see about downloaded, untested build, pre-release, early test build. This build is not completed full real-world testing and may contain issues. Please keep your current installer and exported settings so you can return to the previous version if needed. Oh, those are pre-release. So if I go to 14 or 0.4.11, this looks like it's all taken care of. It's pre-release, but it doesn't look like it has the same. It says TikTok is partially broken, so do not use this pre-release if using TikTok. I'm not using TikTok, but what's new in this version? Okay, so the last real version right here was 3.1.128 or 0.3.128, and that was released this June 16th. That is, and it says it's the latest version. Yay! So platform. Asher, all they want to do is go walking by, buddy. All they want to do is walk down the sidewalk. Where are you? Stop hollering. You need to call that dog up there with you. He's down here harassing the whole neighborhood. So, which one do I need? Installer. Yeah, we'll do the installer executable. Executable. Open file. This Turtles music is pretty sweet though, I'm not gonna lie. I'm enjoying it in the background. Problem is I need to be having different, because I can't see any of my comments outside of the people that are in Twitch. Install options. Anyone who uses this computer. Yes. Yes. Add install. Can't click it. Alright. Not worry too much about that. So that we don't really need. Open this. Dude, Lucky, thank you so much for the subscription. Seriously, for the sub. Oh, my heart. That's seriously. You have no idea how much that means to me. Slowly trying to build this thing up a little bit, and you, seriously, respect. 100% respect. I'm sorry that we're trying to, you're over here subscribing and I'm over here trying to figure out the chat stuff, but I appreciate you so much. For reals, for really reals. I see you, and I appreciate you. So let's see. So that is kind of coming through, but we won't be able to get... Okay, this is still downloading, it looks like. Or no. Oh, it was already kind of open right here. Completing. Run social stream. We figuring it out, people. Collectively. Figure it out together. Okay, sources and settings, status and logs. Welcome to Ninja Social Stream. Consolidate your social messaging streams. And more. All in one place. This page will guide you through the first steps. Once you add your first source, this welcome message will disappear. Video guide, I can watch that. Important notice, using this application may potentially violate the terms of service of some social media platforms. Additionally, using timed commands, bots, or automated messaging in chats increases the risk of your account being temporarily blocked or permanently banned by these platforms. So let's don't do that. Please use responsibly and be aware of each platform's terms before proceeding. Okay. Add your first. Look at the left sidebar of the main application window. Click the button corresponding to the platforms. Let's try Twitch. Enter the Twitch username. I can do that. Okay, so sign in on the site if needed, then press activate to make sure the chat is visible. We'll put that on auto activate. And then, where did it say to look at the pause mute the video source? So that does that. Oh, okay, so that makes it unmuted. Let's see. So now let's go back to Twitch. Oh, dude, thank you, Will. That's awesome of you too, man. Look at that. Everything is like, today's being awesome. We were sitting over here talking about, trying to figure things out. And now I got people subscribing and all that. Yeah, they sent me some email. Oh, what's a hype train? That's cool. I don't know what that is, but no, some people sent me some, or Twitch sent me a thing and they were like, yo, you had enough people watch for enough time and affiliated or whatever. So I've had it kind of, but I'm trying to still get everything set up to be able to do this in a really effective way and give people a quality product every time. And yeah, so cool, dude. Thank you so much. All right, so let's go back to our bot thing. Auto activate. And then what is this? What does this say? Okay, WebSocket API connects directly to the platform's chat API via WebSocket. Use less system resources, more reliable message delivery, additional data followers, subs when signed in, no browser window required. Connection mode, okay. Connect. Sign into Twitch. I'm already signed into Twitch, but all right, let's just go always authorize Twitch authorization success. You can close this window and return to social stream. Look at that. We're having success. But you're right, dude. Life is all about a marathon, not a sprint. The best, strongest trees in the world. The best, strongest trees have the strongest roots. They take their time growing. They don't grow fast. All right, so let's open this back up. Social stream. And then now let's connect Facebook. Enter the Facebook username. What's my Facebook username? I think it's just... Oh, no, I gotta open another window. My profile. Just Joseph Verbecky. Joseph Verbecky. Yo, what up, nephew? How you doing? Dang, I'm missing these people. I'm trying to figure out the comment thing right now, you guys. Yes, Kevin says, looks like you're having fun figuring out how to run multiple streams at once. Asher loses his mind over people walking by. He's the best. What up, Logan? What up, Kev? I hope you guys are all doing well, man. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, we're trying to figure it out. We're getting there. So it should just be my name, it looks like. Because they wouldn't let me be Ninja McFarty Pants. They were like, you have to have a real name for Facebook. Okay. Oh, usernames cannot contain spaces. Okay. Let's try this way. Activate source, so it will put it on auto activate, WebSocket, or standard, I don't know. Activate source, allow, sign in, keep session. What? Choose from passkey. Insert your... No, I don't want a different that. I ain't got it on no USB drive. Facebook, are you crazy? Are you crazy? These turtles, I think, are giving me subconscious anxiety, like I'm running out of quarters. Oh, there's no passkey saved for meta.com. This is silly. So let's, Oh, it's because the screen wasn't big enough. Come on, sillies. Come on, me. Come on, me. I like that in the background, whatever I just heard though. Probably a cool cutscene when we were going from one dimension to another. Select all the images of cars. What if it looks like it's just a little piece of a car way off there in the distance? What if the cars look too far away? Okay, here we go. Close this window after signing in. Boom. Done. Okay. So now let's try and... So that should be good. Now I need to just figure out how to, because we can test it, and then, because it would be dope if I think Zoom was on here too. There was another one that I was like, that could be potential to connect. But now how do we get, okay, service active, trigger a fake message. Main chat and overlay control doc. Use this as your main chat view, OBS overlay, or doc for controlling features, controlling featured message in TCS. Overlay. What? What? What are we looking at here? What are we doing, friendos? It looks like, oh no, it's this guy. Okay, now I see it. Cool, dude. Appreciate you. Oh, dude. Right on, Lucky. Right on. Yeah, because this... Now, I'm wondering if I could bring that... First, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this overlay. And then... Okay, those all show streaming good. So, hi, my love. How are you? The internet, all these nice people are helping me figure out how to do a multi-stream. So I can stream on multiple... I'm going to tattoo that tomorrow.
Yay!
She's excited that I'm tattooing baby Jason farting.
Happy.
Poop poop.
Hi.
And so everybody can see all the chats from different areas at the same time, and this actually is really cool. So I wonder if preferences. I wonder how I add this as a browser window in OBS. So let's see. Advanced settings. Oh, the record. Just switch, so we'll change that in a minute. Help me. Report current issues. Window, minimize, lock pop-up is always on top. Minimize, straight close, bring on the front view. Function mode. Insert custom CSS. So we're just gonna mess around with it. That's what we're here for. I need to have this a little smaller though, so I can actually, yeah, it's Ninja McFarty Pants. That would be my name. Okay, so if we go here, let's minimize this guy a bit so I can actually see a couple of the chats. Because I need to be able to bounce between Twitch and... But yeah, Sluggy, I just saw your message again. That would be amazing. All right. Let's go here. Let's go to the... At least now I can see the chat over here. Okay. So really it's just about getting this guy into... the window. So let's bring this open. We're gonna jump over. I'll be out of all the chats for a minute. Let's see, probably embed, what was it called? Social Stream Ninja? Okay. Connect your live chat source. Copy the generated doc or overlay URL. Okay, so then what is my status and log, sources and settings, mechanics, menu, hide menu bar force. Cool. Awesome. Thank you. I like that, Colonel Sanders. Oh, it's right here. Okay. I think I might have it. Let's see if I copy this guy. It just says reload mute, edit URL. There's got to be a way to grab it. Copy link. There we go. Just wasn't over far enough. Now I think if we go over here, add my water bottle's in the way. Add a source, browser, add a new browser. Let's get rid of this. Let's do this. And let's see what we come up with. So far it's just hanging out. That's okay. I mean, I see it. Oh. Yes. Oh, dude, Colonel Sanders, thank you so much. Peace, my friend, for real. Peace and kindness I greet you with. I appreciate that. We did do it. Oh my goodness. It took a second, and I'll continue playing around with it, but that was just my baseline goal, was to try and get it somewhat established, and now I just have to determine that, the connected services are all coming in and that the chats will appear. So let me go over here and see if I do See if we got anything going on here. But I don't think everything is fully connected yet, but sweet. All right, the hard part's done. I shouldn't say it's done, but I feel like we overcame a big hurdle. A big hurdle. Okay, so if I do this, let's see. Auto activate, reload. Have existing. Oh, wait. Recommended. Okay, so it says close this window after signing in. I look fully signed in. Why are the chats from Facebook not going there? Checking if source needs refresh. Sign in window closed. And then these guys are stop and close this source now. Settings. User agent settings, standard connection.
Do you want a few bites of mac and cheese?
No, I'm okay. Thank you, though. I appreciate you. That's already in there. Wait a second. Why is it just in videos, though? Move this over here. Like that kind on this side. That's good. That's good. That's good. Will be happy to see it, but thank you all, seriously. So a lot of that is Nightbot is my friend Will help me out. I'm still very elementary and very ignorant of all this. BTTV. Oh, okay, right on. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna look at it right now. Appreciate you, 100%. Oh, sweet. I see you. I see what's going on. All right, let's try and close some of this stuff out. Awesome. Colonel Sanders for the win, not just chicken. With help and all kinds of things. Okay. So then I've got the standalone one. I already did all that. Not seeing those there. So let's go back here. How do I turn that off? I wonder if I can do this. Oh, I got it. So this mode they don't even have fully up and running yet. That's why they want you to do the standard mode. So then let's do that. Go back to standard. I'm already signed in. Let me close this Facebook window though. Make sure there's no like backup windows. I got windows on top of windows. On top of windows. Nope. Just Discord. Okay, that looks much more manageable. That makes my heart happy. Lucky Colonel, seriously appreciated. Oh, it's greatly appreciated. Activate source. After the window opens, sign in. Sign in if required and confirm the chat is visible. Then there's a thing that says reveal capture page. What does that mean? Reveal capture page. Sign in. It says you have an existing session for Facebook.com. Would you like to keep your current session or sign out and start fresh? Keeping your session is recommended as it preserves your login state and preferences. I guess I'll try this way. Okay. Signed in. And then it says, close this window after signing in. Okay. Close the window. Checking if source needs refreshed. Sign in, window closed. You know, it might just take some more tweaking, but we have a win already today. We've got a win. We figured out our overlay. We got our overlay right. I just want to make sure that I can get the comments from everyone. That I can actually get the settings. Oh, I don't need that. It says reveal capture page, but when I click go to feed, this is like pulling through the Ninja Streamy Boy. Ninja streamers, ninja streamers. Sneak up and stream out of nowhere. So. Enable beta mode. Sure, why not? Restart app or refresh app. Restart or refresh. Let's just. Cool. Whoops. Wrong thing I'm holding on here. There we go. Right around here. Oh, today's been a win in so many ways. There's so many cool things to celebrate. It's like I could sit here, be frustrated, like, why won't the Facebook comments come in? Or I could just continue to make chat input full menu bar, overlay, fun, fade out, top of overlay. That's kind of cool. You can fade out the top. Show our viewer count per source. Show like totals per source, top right. Reserve space for the viewer count bar. Hide viewer counts and add. Oh, you can add all kinds of weird stuff. That's cool. Message mechanics. Auto hide messages after 30,000 milliseconds. Delay showing messages full, remaining scroll. Beep when there's a new message. I don't know if I want that, because if you got a lot of them, it'd be like beep, 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 beep. Enable history, yes. If there's anything word or phrase to block. I'm sure I'll get there at some point. Use 24-hour time for stamp. I do like that. The military in my heart loves that. Padding between messages, 3 pixels. Message font color. Make emojis larger. Make content image larger. Huh. This thing is pretty robust. That looks good. I swear I just heard like Chucky moving around behind me, dude. Chucky and Willie over here. Let's swap out the record. Oh, see, that ghost pipe's already hitting something nice. That ghost pipe's already hitting something special. Hello, dog. How are you, my friend? Okay. So, streamer mode is enabled. Usernames have been truncated. Okay, don't need that open right now. is a gray zone. Yo. So can I remove this source and then try and redo? Maybe I do it again from this side. That is my Facebook username, right? I mean, it's my name, but I said I can't have any spaces. Even though it has a space in my name. That is just my name. That's it. And I thought that's what I did the first time, but let's try. Let's try again. Oh, I did the same bullshit again, though. I accidentally put a space in there. Add this as a reply-only bot source with its own browser session. No, but can I remove? Oh, I did not mean to do that. How do I get rid of? Maybe in the settings. Can I delete it through here? There we go. Okay, remove source, and then I'm gonna remove Facebook. Even though it shows it's active, I'm still gonna remove it just so we have one. Let's see if maybe reloading it the right way. No spaces. No spaces, pops. No spaces. No more spaces. Too many spaces. Okay, got them warm again. Got these multiple sclerosis hot flashes. Okay, and that one I have on auto activate. Activate source. It says this content isn't available right now. When this happens, it's usually because the owner only shared it with a small group of people, changed who could see it, or it's been deleted. Go back. See, I can't. I think I'm getting something that's happening right here. Key session. Okay, that time it opened up. That time it works. Now it says close this window after signing in. Okay, we closed the window. Again, checking if such and such is okay. Is it? Is it? If you are just tuning in, I've had a ton of help along the way, and I'm trying to get some social media streaming stuff figured out. Hang out, say hi if you want. I hope you're having a good day, whoever you are, genuinely. I hope you're having an awesome day. Let's see. And see, you can see it. That's nice. You can see it actually, but it looks like on here, if it was pulled over to like probably around there. Okay. There goes the dog again. Boo! So that's all there. Overview. Go in here. And another chest chat. And another one. But this is how you do stuff. You just do it until it's done. Or until you try to get one. Get where you're going. Yeah, still not getting that feed across, it doesn't look like. Because you'd be seeing a lot more, usually they're popping up. So, we could try to do, well, let's see, help. How to click sign in or show capture page and log in. Facebook does not always auto-load your live chat for you. Activate the source. Open the capture page. Okay. Open the capture page. Navigate to your actual Facebook live stream or live producer page. Make sure live chat is visible on that page. SSN only captures chat that can be seen. If this still does not work, reload the capture page after the live chat is visible. If Facebook blocks the app browser, try changing the user agent or use the Chrome extension instead. That might not be a bad idea because I'm in Firefox right now. So let's see if we jump over to Chrome and then get the extension, the Ninja extension. Might not be a bad idea. I hit my pen a couple times while I'm sitting here. So, this has been a delicious pen, by the way. I remember who made it. Excuse me. Unsubscribed is what it looks like. Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. All right, let's go here. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Now we'll have to get the Social Ninja plugin or extension for Chromium.io. But it does say that you have to have it open and the live chat has to be... I don't even know if I have a window open. Like I haven't had Facebook open looking at the live chat the whole time. So you have to have it open. And that could be having an effect. And listen, you, browser, you need to be way over here. Don't worry, we'll get to you in a minute. We'll get to you in a minute. Okay, so here I am actually watching. I love it, Lucky. I love it. Thank you. I love it. I love it. I love it. We're figuring things out. Took first. Beautiful. Love that. Love that. Okay, so let's now that this is open. Oh, that's just community standard stuff. And this is live chat. Oh, that's just okay. Turtles in Time is a rad vinyl soundtrack. Me. Of course, I misspelled turtles. This is keyboard. I've been a Mac person my whole life, and now I got this big clicky keyboard in. Okay, let's see. B Money, what's up, homie? How are you? Yeah, working, man. Working, trying to put in some stuff. These awesome cats, Lucky and Colonel. The Colonel helped me out a ton, working on a couple things. That will help me with a couple things. I just can't get the Facebook live chat to show up, even though I've got it connected in the Social Stream Ninja, but I'm gonna try now opening it up through Google Chrome and getting the extension and see if that helps, because if I can get that chat in here, we're gonna be about in business. And then I just gotta connect the YouTube, and if I could get Lil Duke Spooky on board, if we get a good schedule, I would love to start doing, once a month live episode where people can watch and actually chime in about the movie and stuff like that. I think it'd be a ton of fun. So I need, what's it called again? Oh yeah, Social Stream Ninja Chrome extension. Okay. Browser extension. Google Chrome. Oh, they have a Firefox extension, which I like Firefox. Almost a little bit more. I'll download both, but we'll see which one. Let me see. Let's open Firefox back up. And then extensions, manage extensions, search, find. What was this called? Social Stream Ninja? I need the people to call me back about my kids. So it's gotta be this one, I think. By Steve. Capturing consolidated live chat from supported streaming and social. This add-on is not actively monitored by security, blah, 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 about this extension. But where is the... there we go. Okay, so extensions. Let's just go here because this I know is theirs, just directly from the website. Open it up, select an app to open it. Always use Firefox to open it. Oh no, not that. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay. Allow extension to run and an extension to the toolbar. Yes. Okay, so it is running. So now let's try to go to Facebook. Go to the live video. You are so right, B-Money. Peace does not require permission. Peace does not require permission. Oh, we're doing good. You just got home from work? You gonna be jumping on anything later? I might be playing some games later. I gotta draw a little bit, but not much. I got a couple other things I gotta do as far as getting t-shirt stuff figured out. Okay, let's try this. See if it, maybe we'll try and refresh it in the actual reload. Let me see what the privileges are on my live though. Who can comment on your post? Okay, yeah, it's public. Let's see what else. Tag people, copy link, embed, transfer video, delete, manage your badges. Let's see. Edit post. Settings. Stream. Auto. We'll choose the best latency. That's fine. Insert your live video on any website outside of Facebook. Streaming setup software. Copy and paste the stream key into your streaming software. So I guess you want to put it in OBS. But what is the... okay, maybe distribution. Oh, that's just live boost and clicking. Weird, man. It's weird, man. I feel like there's nothing that should be really preventing it. It says as long as you're watching it in... as long as you're watching it in real time in a browser window. We could try in Chrome too, though. I'm gonna leave it open in this browser window, and then we're gonna try it again in Chrome. Streaming app because OBS wasn't working for me, so I downloaded a light stream, so I'm playing around with that. Let me know what you think compared to OBS. Like, I mean, I'm new to kind of streaming all the way around, but... so let me know what you think of it. If there, you know, I'm always down to try a better option or a cooler option, or find a way that works well. Bruce, you want to hear something awesome? Got 2 subscribers today, right here, dude. Lucky and Will. 2 more subscribers on Twitch. Marathon, not a race. Just like you said, dude. Just like you said. Okay. I'm gonna sign in. Google. Okay, so now we are signed in. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's continue with that guy too because it's another extension that I like. I don't want to do any of those though. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so social stream is going. Sweet. Access requested. Oh, I do need that. You'll be able to see all the various chats. Oh, that's cool. Dope, dude. Awesome sauce. I appreciate that. Oh, you know what though? I think I used my Amazon Prime to give somebody a subscription. So yeah, I gotta make sure I pay attention to that more. Okay, so let's go. Oh wait. Everything but that. Boom. Boom. Okay. Yes. Change social media done. Okay, so that's done. So now let's try to actually open a Facebook window and see if it works. If the stream, now that we put it, because they did recommend Chrome. They were like, you want some sick Chrome? Heck yeah, I do. Now let's make sure it's not open anywhere else, though. Oh, sounds like the record's over. Just heard it go flink, flink. Okay, we are still live. Get captions, blah, blah, blah. Still working out the kinks. And you know, I'll probably, and I spelled working wrong. Look at that. It might just be a thing about like restarting everything, but let's see. I've not tried yet to connect the YouTube, and let's try and connect the YouTube and see if that's an easier connection than anything else. Okay. So enter the YouTube handle or channel URL. Okay, so let's open that up. Let's open that up. YouTube. Channel dashboard. Look at us. Da, 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 da. 260 YouTube current subscribers. Bruce celebrated, and I want to celebrate as well. He put it out there because I sometimes forget to celebrate the little wins, man. But exactly 1 year ago, we were trying to get to 70 subscribers, or maybe from 70 to 100 or something like that. But yeah, it's like we've been seeing some pretty good growth, and it seems like real people. You know what I mean? Real cool peoples. Okay, so wait a second though. Make sure. Oh, our live does look like it's going good right now, though. So at least that's going. Okay, let's go back to the channel. Boom, Horror Pop Extravaganza. Copy. Let's go here, and then we've got YouTube. Whoops. Okay, this is a channel name, not a username. Okay, so now we've got auto find and activate, and then we'll do auto activate, and then we're going to do Auto find and activate. Sign in to chat. So let's see what happens if I sign in. What the what? This browser app may not be secure. Couldn't sign you in. I don't have a oh wait, oh I can do it on here. Yeah, where'd my phone go? Scan the QR code. Connecting. Yes. Face ID. We're living in the freaking future, man. I can use my face to sign into my phone. Use my face for everything I know. I thought I just did this. Scan the QR code. Sign in. Okay. Oh, what this says, it might not even be able to be supported on there to sign in. I wonder if browser I'm on. It's gonna be some trickery. Some tomfoolery. But we'll get there. Or we'll take a break and do something else for a while. I mean, we accomplished an overlay. That was the main goal. But I really want to be able to get the Facebook. I really want to be able to get the Facebook comments in there. Because a lot of people do be watching on there. And that's going to be the primary means for... I didn't even think about... Let's try something different. I'm going to get rid of this. Settings, remove Facebook source. And then I'm going to go to... Ooh, nice. That's a good way to spend a Monday afternoon. That's a great way to spend a Monday afternoon. I'm always hitting something. What did we do? Went to the shop this morning, consulted on a tattoo. I had my whole day planned for admin stuff, but I will take a smoke with you. For a second, I was like, where's that music coming from? I forgot to just change the record. Okay. So now let's try and add Facebook, but from what I'm actually going to want to be doing, the 7 Chambers page. I don't remember this level of the game, but... Is the speed wrong? Have I been listening to it at the wrong speed the whole time? Yeah, I was. That's awesome. I listened to the whole first record at the wrong speed. You really got to pay attention to the speed on your records, people, especially if you're listening to ambient music. Okay, so let's say I go to this page. Okay, so we've got Pop's Ghostly's 7 Chambers of Tattoo and Life. Only one more follower to be at 150 on that page. That'll be sweet. I'm excited to get all the socials aligned to one another. So now we gotta go back here. Pop's Ghostly's. There's only one. Pop's Ghostly's 7 Chambers Dang, it's hard not to put spaces in things. 7 chambers of tattoo. Is it and or the little and symbol? Little and symbol. Tattoo. Dude, this song is called Pizza Power. Yes. That's so good. Pizza Power. Alright, let's see if it... Tab, sign on. Okay, so let's try and... Let's see what we got. Now is it gonna switch? No, I'm gonna have to do a new session. Let's go here, sign out. Alright. Oh, but I guess it is my same credentials, but I just gotta... Get out of here, your passkey. What you groaning about over there, dog? What you want about? I do like hanging out with you too, though, my boy. I like you hang out in here with me. No, I am not a robot. Please also check the new images. Dang. Oh, because they're disappearing as I go. Dang. We notice need login from a device to location. Please review. Yes, it's fine. But it's like just a blank page. Try and close it. Do auto activate. Activate source. Go to feed. It's gotta be on this one though, so this is gonna be tricky to figure out. This is good. So what if I have this page open and then I hit... If I open this... Okay, so now we're on the right page, okay. But then I would have to go live from this feed, which I don't know. Live video. You can't go live. Your account must be at least 60 days old, which I don't know how many more days, but okay, at least we got this set up so we know I can go live through Facebook on that one and then check that. I think that's a grand idea. So then let's say we go here and we go let's see what happens. Dude, that's a great idea though, just chilling. See, so I'm not really getting this looks okay. Sign in, reveal capture page. Couldn't sign you in. Try again. And I tried with the passkey from Google. I tried. I wonder if I got too many other like browser windows to see, because it says I can't sign you in for this. So let's try and close them all. Because there's only 2. Those are all things I still need. That I'm done with. This guy. But then in this chat, we got like almost everything. It's crazy. Alright, bros. So I did... That's right, every day something new and exciting. So they're all connected here. Reload all capture pages. Hide all, unmuted, hide all, help, sign in, auto find and activate, select live sources. Okay, so I just selected the one that is live right now. So then if I go to, let's go reveal capture page. Again, can't sign you in. Sign in, keep session, the recommended one. Are we signed in here? Okay, let's sign in. Try and do it this way. Okay, at least let me get that far. Farther than last time. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, so now view my channel. Close this window after signing in. Okay. Now we're going to try a new window. Let's go to reveal. Stupid though, when I hit reveal capture page, nothing there. Ah, we gained one more subscriber, dude, on YouTube. 261. Let's go, baby. Let's go. 39 away. 39 away from 300. And another big part of my day is getting these t-shirts out that everybody really seems to like. So let's go here. Let's go here. Let's see the live. Okay, let's another test chat. Another test chat. Negative. My CPU is a no net processor, a learning computer. Not seeing anything pop. Maybe it is. I need to refresh. I wonder if I can refresh the whole. Enable local. Oh, sick. Awesome, Lucky. Thank you for the subscribe, dude. Thank you. Yes. Awesome. I appreciate you so much. Genuinely. I'm hoping to only get better and better and better. So you can do auto find. No new public live or upcoming YouTube streams were found. Because it says auto find and auto find and activate. No public live or upcoming YouTube streams. Because this is in the desktop app though. It shouldn't matter, like, unless this is trying to trigger a certain browser. Third types. Let's go back way up. Welcome to switch to full mode. Main chat overlay and control dock. Yup, did that. That's what I have going on. Menu. There's nothing really in here that I see. URL for custom notifications, sound effects. I'm just gonna have to have a whole nother day of time set aside. Cause I'm telling you right now, if you ever feel overwhelmed by something, it's usually a good idea. WebSocket URL, OBS WebSocket URL, WebSocket password. It's good to just step away from it. And I got some other stuff I could be doing anyway. Oh, I was gonna read chapter 4 of the book. Let's do that. So, dude, everybody who's stuck around and, hung out with me trying to even figure it out this far, I appreciate you so much. Kindness, calm. I gave you some of that. Look at Mr. Rogers, just like Mr. Rogers said. I like you. I like you just the way you are. What's up? Yeah, see, some people walk in a room, they find somebody, doing shit they don't want to see them doing. Other times you walk in a room, you see somebody pretending to be Mr. Rogers. What you want to do with it? What you want to do with it? Okay, we're going to switch over to listen to the other side of Turtles. Flip this joker. Boom. Let's go. Let's go. Mr. Rogers is my hero. You don't even know. They're not done yet is the problem why I don't show it off a lot. Because on this hand, when I left the corporate world and I was like, I'm going to be a tattoo artist, I want to get my hands tattooed right away. Because I always thought hand tattoos look great. And I was in the Navy for almost a decade. Sailor in me was like, yo, hand tattoos are cool. And so I started with these knuckles. And I've got my Jim Henson side, Kermit, Piggy, Animal, Fozzie Bear, and we still have to hit Fozzie and a couple of them the third time to try and really get it smacked in there. But on this side, it's just the outlines. That's the nature of hand tattoos. The first pass pretty much almost always falls out if you're trying to do something cool, unless you're really like slamming it in. But so on this side is Mr. Rogers, King Friday the 13th, Trolley, and Daniel Tiger, and then the knuckles are for treat people with kindness. But if all that kindness can't work, you can get them Wu-Tang Killer Bees. Wu-Tang. So hit them with a so. But yes, Mr. Rogers is great, dude. Mr. Rogers is my wife is from a lot of her family is from Pittsburgh originally, and we went over there and we're hanging out. I wanted to see the city. Mac Miller's from Pittsburgh, another cool Pittsburgh legend, but when we were over there, we went to the Heinz Museum, like the ketchup and condiments and stuff. We went to the Heinz Museum, and they had a big chunk of the Mr. Rogers set was still there. King Friday the 13th's castle was there, and then the tree was there, and then they had a bunch of the puppets behind glass. Miss Lady Elaine still looked like crazy, dude, just like her Fairchild, whatever, the like gnarly one with the puppet face. But I'm a puppet guy, I love puppets. But that was super cool. But I bought a biography about Fred Rogers, and everything I learned about Fred Rogers, I was like, this guy was the example. He grew up super wealthy. His parents gave so much of their money away to their community. They were philanthropists. His father, when the Depression happened, paid all the people that worked at his factory out of his own pocket. And Fred grew up with a puppet show thing and was a very accomplished pianist. All the music he wrote on the show. You ain't lying, dude. I'm a puppet guy. It's a little bit of an understatement from me, but I just love the art form. However, Mr. Rogers paid all these people out and everything, out of his own pocket during the Depression, and his mom was a huge philanthropist. And on the show, here's a little fun fact about Fred Rogers. And I have one of the cardigans upstairs in the bedroom. My father-in-law bought me one year. It says Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I'm talking about right now the ones that he would pull out of the closet and put on every episode. His mother, you hear that? Mother? I don't know where that came from. His mother handmade every single one of those and would give him one each year for Christmas. Like, how good is that, dude? How pure is that? And in the book, I was reading all these cats that used to go to the show and be like, hey, man, I can't wait to see the other Mr. Rogers, the one that is not the guy you see on TV. And he was always the guy you see on TV. Even Michael Keaton was like, I couldn't believe it. He was exactly that guy, He truly cared about everybody. So to me, he's an example that I can be, I'm not going to be Fred Rogers, but I can be something, close. I can strive to be something like that. And all the people that worked on the show back then were all just like long hair, cigarette smoking, tattoos before tattoos were so acceptable. There's a lot we could all learn from Fred Rogers. Absolutely. Let's read some book. Let's read some Chambers. Because I have about 5 other things on my list I have to get done today. I don't say that I have to, but that I'm excited to get done today. Making things happen, Develop like even the easy stuff. Like one of the things is just, yes, Joe Rogers. Sailor Joey Rogers. You remember they used to say he had like sleeves and stuff and had all these confirmed kills under his belt. I'm like, that was not Mr. Rogers, dude. He was at the pool every day swimming and, didn't have all the confirmed kills in Vietnam and then came back and all that. But yeah, Joey Rogers, I'll take it. So, just a couple things I'm getting done is just developing a schedule for chamber streaming. And chamber streaming is stuff like that, or like this, where I'm going to be doing more focused mindfulness, wellness, developmental type stuff is going to be that. Let's check this out. What you got to say, Luggy? One of my favorite things, of course, and there are so many about Fred Rogers. Fred Rogers started the saying, I'm feeding the... Yes, dude, that is such a good story. And then you watch the documentary and read the books and stuff, and you hear stories about him calling a kid at the hospital every day for a month, because he's just like, I'm just calling to check on you, making sure you're good. But yes, the blind girl was like, oh, I didn't know. Yeah, oh, so good, such a good heart. And then on his deathbed, I read in the book that on his deathbed, one of the last things he asked his wife was, do you think I was a good enough sheep? And I interpret that as he's asking, could I have given more? And that's a dude who sat before Congress and fought for public access television. But he was just genuine. It's what he believed. There's so much junk on TV that we need a little bit of funding to put something out there that helps kids feel a consistency, a safety in their life, and not teach them, violence, these things, and not teach or treat kids, real small either. Actually treat them like little human beings the way they are. Agreed. Just a good human being. So yeah, even right here, one of my things that I was trying to do, that's what I'm doing right now. Add flair to the feed. And the first note I put under there was, who knows better than me? Would they be willing to help me along the way? And, I talked to Will. Now I've met, you, Lucky. Colonel Sanders is out there somewhere. So I'm hoping to, I made a good step today. Made a good stride. It's awesome. But I still feel like there's a long way to go once this continues to grow. So, yeah, I'm already, clicking things off the list. And I did put a thing on there, though. What is essential to the flair? What am I trying to convey? So what is, I don't need a bunch of stuff and bells and whistles all over the place. What do I really want this stream to be? What do I want it to say? My goal is a place of peace, a place where people can come, feel welcome, have good conversations, have honest conversations with each other about different things. And hopefully it's a place where I can just, like Mr. Rogers, I just feel compelled to help people. And I'll share my story. I think that's a big piece of it. Not right now. I'm not going to share it all, but my story is kind of a crazy story. And so I think if I could get, out of the place I was at, then anybody could get out of almost anything. And some of the tips and tricks I learned along the way, I just want to give that shit away for free. Like, hey, if you want to get better, dude, I want to see you get better. I feel that way about all human beings. Because if we had a lot more better human beings, we'd have a lot less unwell human beings around. And unwell human beings can cause a lot of chaos really fast. And the more we can combat that, good for us, man. Good for us. So yeah, I'll be doing some of that. I gotta see if I can find some models for the podcast shirts. Those things been going off like gangbusters. Every time I wear one of them designs out, I got somebody who's like, yo, I love that shirt. Where'd it come from? And I'm like, oh, I actually designed it. And I can't get you one right now because I don't have one to get you. They all, but I need to find a better... what's the word I'm looking for? A better flow from product to customer, because I don't want to end up getting too many of the wrong sizes again and stuff like that. Like I've got, a few men's smalls. Like I only think I sold one men's small and I ordered 5. I should have doubled up on the ordered 3 extra larges, 1 extra large, and then, just did 1 men's small. And then it's like, hey, you only get this one. But I'm thinking if I could figure out a way to streamline it from print on demand into a Shopify type service, even though somebody was just telling me on Facebook, that the Shopify is not always the best route. He said he had a hard time with it, and his t-shirts are dope. I really like his t-shirts. So, I don't know there. We'll figure it out. But I'm going to do some homework on it. I need to do a flyer, 2 flyers actually. I'm going to do 2 flyers today. I need to do one for a golf outing that's coming up, the artists. That one I'm just sketching up the template. Then I got to get the pictures from the different artists for the raffle that we're doing. And I'm also going to do the flyer for our class reunion that is coming up. I'm going to put that together today as well. I love Canva for stuff like that. Seems to be my go-to. You know, Procreate, Photoshop, whatever, just depending on the job. But Canva really is just kind of a great starting point for a lot of things. And then what is this? Oh yeah, I got to get the table dimensions and figure out the displays for that stuff. And then make a flyer for the reunion. And all the notes are, I write in there right where the notes are at, so I know right where to go to get the information that I need. That way I can just sit down with this thing and be like, okay, we're gonna knock this stuff out. That's how I end up with like all this free time in my life to do things like play video games and all the stuff I want to do and just watch a movie, whatever. Develop a schedule for Chamber Street. Yeah, we already talked. Okay, anyway, let's get to the book. Let me change the record. Get yourself a drink of water. Hydrate. Stay hydrated, not dehydrated. That's so important. Let's minimize this. Let's take this. Okay, so at least we know those are going well. If we go like this, we might be able to get away with. Oh, snotty. I don't know what is going on in the air, if I'm just getting a little bit of the funk. Funkness. We got the funk. We got the funk, baby. We got the funk. That's not gonna want it right there, though. There we go. All right. Water is so good. Seriously, drink water. You need water. We all need water. That's just undeniable. There is no ifs, ands, buts, nothing about it. We all need to drink more water. Not a ton. You actually don't need probably as much water as you think you do, but it's important just to drink water. Just to have that water. Delicious. Alright. Swap over to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Don't want stuff with lyrics while I'm working, because I tend to get too distracted. Original motion picture score by Jerry Lambert. Let's check it out. Oh, the theme is pretty rad. Okay. Side A. What do we do with the sleeve for the titles? The titles? Oh, I might not have got one out yet. Sweet. All right. Let's go. Let's go. We got everything set up. We're going to get into Chamber 4. Chamber 4. And I'll do a quick refresh on the first 3 chambers. Where's my pencil, though? Because this is more about me taking notes and adjusting my own stuff after I've been away from it for long enough. After the prints were done, after the very first printings were done of the book. Now I'm going through, and these should have, I wonder if these should have subtitles. Probably, maybe? I don't know. Let's put a little note in there. Subtitles? Because that might read that better. Or make that read better. Forward, preface, already read through all those. Guidance on chamber living, we've talked about a couple times. And I'm going to develop a plan and try and actually promote it. Once I get all these systems established in the right way, develop some kind of plan and promote like, hey, this we're going to be working through all 7 chambers together. If you want to show up, it's going to go off at this time, free. I'll record them. Probably put the videos on the YouTube channel so you could go back and rewatch the chamber stuff. But I want to make sure that all of this is correct before we get there. I think that'll be important. So chamber 1 was pay yourself first. The most valuable resource we have is our time. We must see its full value to be its master. Waste not in all things. So true. Chamber 2, breathe. Every once in a while, get rid of all that carbon dioxide in the diaphragm. Just keep blowing it out. This may be the most important skill of all. We are always doing it. Use it as a tool to feed the body. Remove it for a few moments and quickly learn its importance. I already got some notes in here, stuff that I feel like didn't fit right, some words that are maybe flowing a little funky. Added a whole nother place where I want a worksheet in here. I was like, that could be a whole separate thing for someone. And you know, another tool. The whole purpose of this book was to try and, hang on, I gotta turn that down just a hair. As soon as I'm off the stream though, I'm gonna be blaring it. But the whole goal of the book was to make tools that anybody could take and do something with if they wanted to, you know. And then I got other notes, more examples. Chamber 3, we talked about this yesterday. Few lines tell a good story. Resist clutter. That was a fun chamber to go through. I had quite a few notes in there though. Look at that page. Some of it I just want to expand upon. Oh, look at that. All the notes and everything. Example cases with real world examples. That's important. Okay, so chamber 4. And if you are new to any of this, if you are new to any of the, let me actually close that over here. To the chamber stuff, just, you know, hang out, listen a little bit. You don't have to think about anything too wild. Just chill, because they're meant to be built one upon the next. The chambers are meant to be worked in a certain order. I do think somebody could probably go through them, find 1 or 2 little things that they wanted and take that and run with it, and that's cool, dude. It's cool. I feel like I'm doing my part, just putting it out into the world. What other people do with it, I can't beat myself up over if somebody even likes the book or not. You know, that's probably gonna be some people who are like, dude, you're an idiot. I'm like, yeah, that's cool too. That's fine. That's all good. However, I'm gonna do my best to put out the best set of tools that I can put out so that people can, you know, help themselves. Because I think everybody already has. It's weird. I hate that, like, unlock. You know, everything you need is already there, but in reality, it is already there. I don't think it's a secret key that you learn. It's not some secret trick you learn from someone. I think it just takes time and dedicated work. Commitment to, I want to be a different person than I am right now. And that's it. That's all it takes. So chamber 4, but it does take time across the board. It does take time. Chamber 4, push your limits responsibly. Observe the roots of the oldest trees. Build wisely. I grew up out in the woods. I grew up way out in the woods and spent a lot of time with trees. You know, the little trees that you could bend down to the ground and they come snapping right back up in your face. The big trees that we would climb, fall through a couple of branches that aren't quite going to make it, a little dead or something like that. But the nature of trees is in my view, the best trees have the strongest roots. The best trees, they grow slow. They don't grow super fast. Anything that shoots up out of the ground super quick, usually either just gets like trampled on or it gets, you know, eaten by something because it doesn't take the time to grow the root system that can continually feed life into this organism. The trees don't try and shoot up too fast. They stay within their growth rate, their growth pattern or something like that. Trees don't go shooting up too fast. it could be very beneficial. It might behoove all of us to slow down a little bit, not wanting that instant gratification when it comes to something we're pursuing in life. Some things take years. They take years to accomplish. Some seeds, depending on how you perceive the world, some seeds you might plant and never see the result of. You'll never see the fruit of that tree, but that doesn't mean that seed doesn't matter. It might feed somebody super important 200 years from now. You never know. Trees are old. Trees have been around for a long time. So I'll read that one more time. Chamber 4. So that's kind of the whole premise of this chamber. Push your limits responsibly. Observe the roots of the oldest trees. Build wisely. And then we'll start with our 2 quotes. Every chapter opens up with a couple of quotes that I think support. I get so thirsty when you talk a lot. I have great thirst. All right. So the first quote comes from Ralph Waldo Emerson. The creation of 1,000 forests is in one acorn. You can sit on that one saying for a long time. The creation of 1,000 forests is in one acorn. It is our duty as men and women to proceed as though the limits of our abilities do not exist. That's another one, and that's Pierre Teilhard de Chardin. I'm probably butchering that. My apologies. But the quote is super good. Sorry, dude, that I'm butchering your name, but thanks for dropping that knowledge bomb. It is our duty as men and women to proceed as though the limits of our abilities do not exist. So he's saying, go forward like there's nothing you can't do. Like there's absolutely nothing you can't do. And Emerson at the same time is saying, you have power within you to make great change if the perception is there. If you can understand, if you can look at the acorn and see the whole tree, or look at the whole tree and see that it stemmed from a single acorn. We have a lot of power as individuals, as individual people. We have a lot of power. But it's important to push responsibly. So, for instance, let's take, it's our duty as men and women, go through life as if our limits don't exist. That's cool. But I think if you push irresponsibly, for instance, you're like, I want to be what do they call them, people? Free divers who can hold their breath for like 5-6 minutes. I want to be a free diver. Take me down. I've never done it before. Take me down and put me about 5 minutes of air away from the surface and just let me out of the thing. And that's how I want to start becoming a free diver. You got to learn slowly. You have to, practice going this deep and then come back. Because even the pressure, the changes in pressure, you have to get used to all of that. Good change takes time. Or to accomplish something that seems out of our realm of achievability, to accomplish something like that, it takes time. I think anybody could do almost anything if they worked at it for long enough. Okay, chamber evidence. And I talked a little bit about this, I think, last night on the stream, but according to the Cleveland Clinic, rhabdomyolysis is defined as a condition that causes your muscles to break down or disintegrate, which leads to muscle death. When this happens, toxic components of your muscle fibers enter your circulation system and kidneys. This can cause kidney damage. We're going somewhere with this, I promise. I would serve my last 3 years in the United States Navy teaching young sailors the ropes at Boatswain's Mate Apprenticeship School located on Naval Station Great Lakes, which is set, that's a run-on sentence. I'd probably put it here, Boatswain's Mate Apprenticeship School. Located on Naval Station Great Lakes, which is set not far from Chicago, Illinois. Okay, yeah, we definitely need a period here. And this will be a bigger L. Located. All right. Outside of teaching and curriculum development, the schoolhouse staff, myself included, did a lot of physical training. There was a lot of PT, dude. We worked out a lot. Everybody was trying to outwork each other. These were all sailors looking to take their careers to the next level, and being able to knock out the PT test was a big part of that. Of maybe not of that. Of standing out. Standing out or something similar. I don't know. I'll just put it in there for now. Standing out. And then there were the sailors who saw the gym as their second home. These were sailors looking to push their physique to that of a Roman or Greek statuesque demigod. I was lucky enough to know many of these men and women who pushed their bodies towards peak form. I knew a couple ladies that would just be doing like one finger push-ups and stuff. It was wild. However, there was one sailor whose workout routine would almost kill me. Enter my friend Bo. Bo Walton. Gotta make sure his last name's on there. Bo Walton. I don't recall much of Bo outside of he had a great personality, came from somewhere in the South. I think I learned that was Tennessee. So let's put that in there. Tennessee. It's a great state. And was built like a barn door. All stock and muscle and would be damn near impossible to knock over. That's a run-on sentence too. That could be a period right there. All stock and muscle. Right there. Let's make that a period. Make that a capital A. Circle that so I don't miss it. Damn near impossible to knock over. He was all this size, coupled with the grit of Gimli, standing down a horde of orcs on the fields of Rohan. He was dedicated to the gym, and it showed. I cannot recall who asked whom initially, but I do know that at some point, Bo and I spent the day in the gym together. For him, it was another day in the office. For me, it was the hardest I had ever pushed myself in the gym or otherwise. Hello, my love. You looking for colors?
I wanted your opinion.
Oh, okay. She wants my opinion on some art. Can I see?
It's just a little tiny one.
Okay.
But, like, I
All
was
of
thinking maybe
him?
his eyes or something.
No, you could do like a nice, like really light blue on him. Looks good. It gives like a ghostly appeal, like a shadow. But I'd probably take this yellow and do the rest of the pumpkin the yellow. Or were you gonna do it a different color?
I was just going to keep it white.
Yeah. This is too choppy for me on a pumpkin. Pumpkins are really smooth, so when you see anything that looks. But you could blend that in with the yellow, or, just kind of put streaks of orange and yellow throughout it.
And do the whole...
Not the
Rose
whole
blue?
thing, like, let me see let me see this. So I would probably try and draw on here really light. I'll draw you some shapes. I don't know about that. These are not great designs.
Well, they're meant for kids.
I know they're meant for kids, but you should still give a kid a good design to play with. All you're teaching them is bad art from a young age. That's a terrible thing to do to a child.
Also, the vet that Jess gave me
Yeah.
is like going on vacay, or not vacay, but out of the office for
Oh,
the
true.
next couple of weeks.
Okay.
So there's like so many other ones to choose from. I just don't know if there's one that I shouldn't choose.
Yeah, she was like, that's...
Yeah, that's the first one that comes
Right.
up.
She's like, that's the one
But
if you're gonna go somewhere.
but she was like, I recommend getting him in though with the symptoms that he has. So
Right. Sometimes, though, I always feel we take them in and then... I feel like in the vet is always going to recommend get them in. I'm not saying we don't get them in, but okay. So do the blue really light, and just in these shapes that I put on here right here. Okay, there you go. Look at that, we solved an art problem. Okay, gonna read chamber 4, and then I gotta move on to not streaming and doing other things. Okay, Yep, he was like an orc. Or like a Gimli fighting off orcs on the fields of Rohan. So, it was the hardest workout I had ever done. The single workout resulted in an ER visit and a few consecutive days in the hospital getting pumped full of fluids. Turns out I pushed my way straight into rhabdomyolysis, and my kidneys were fighting with everything they had to avoid becoming toxic and killing me. It was bad. My whole one side just went totally numb as my body was trying to filter out toxins and bad things and all kinds of stuff. So, where did I go? This was the result of my tricep muscle breaking down into my bloodstream. Life gets really scary when one whole side of your body starts to lose all feeling and function. It would take some time to regain full function. Maybe change that word, change the word to function. I'll just circle words I'm thinking about changing. In my right arm, because actually I'll circle the one next to it so I know. To this day, my right arm still measures slightly smaller than the left in the bicep and tricep. My stupidity in not listening to my body when it was screaming to stop is a great example of not pushing my limits responsibly. That is so true. So true. That was me. I should have known. I should have known the first half hour. Like, this dude's pushing me so hard, but I was young. I was a sailor. Like, yeah, dude, I want to get as big as you. I know it took so long for you to get that big. I knew that. Like, we were different sizes. These were big. I wasn't that. You can't jump right into some big long-term end goal without thinking it through a little bit. In a world incessantly seeking instant gratification, the idea of planting seeds from whose trees we will never reap the fruit seems foreign to most of us. No one person will ever be able to do it all. We must accept that we won't be an actress, basketball star, lawyer, farmer, dietitian, tattoo artist, oceanographer, real estate mogul, president, archaeologist, etc., etc., etc. Speaking of archaeologists, though, that Indiana Jones game was sweet. I just finished it. Such a good ending. I'm excited for the DLC. Acceptance that we can't do it all is crucial. This frees us to take on one thing at a time passionately. Presence allows us to be continually planting seeds. We build a habit to see our goals, and I have in parentheses, see SMART Goals worksheet, in our actions and daily aim for future success. This chamber is about having a routine that moves you toward your goals in a responsible manner and distraction-free. So chamber 3 was all about identifying distractions, and everything is predicated on chamber 1, that is just that realization that time is finite. Time is very finite. We all only have a limited amount, as far as we know, in this manifestation that we call, a body. We have a limited amount of time. So everything kind of builds on that. The chambers aren't meant to be worked that way. However, the worksheet's in here to help us. Okay, so now we'll get into the actual kind of like 7 chamber ideas. That this is where the real work, the action starts to happen. Everything else just kind of the evidence for it. Why would we even want to do this? Why would I ask anyone to do this? Why would I ask anyone to work? As someone who has spent the past long time getting to a place where I can work as little as possible and align the things that are work with the things I thoroughly enjoy doing, what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing, art in so many different ways, writing, things like that. I work really hard at the front end so that I wouldn't have to work so hard once I got to a certain place. Now, that doesn't mean I'm slowing down anytime soon. However, I've got another 5-year goal, another 10-year goal that I'm going to be chasing in order to, by the time I hit another certain age, I'm going to be like, I want to really be chilling. Maybe a couple hours a week. I'm out doing more community work and just being with the people and doing these things. Who knows? All right, so number 1. Lasting change rarely happens overnight. The idea of change can also appear overwhelmingly scary. This is too much, and I'm not strong enough, is easy to get to when you say, I need to lose 200 pounds right now. You're with your doctor and they're like, bro, you got to lose some weight or you're going to die. That's a reality that a lot of people live in. You're going to lose some weight or you're going to die. I spent a lot of years in the pharmaceutical industry. I spent a lot of time not listening directly to conversations, but getting to form relationships with doctors and not talk about, specific patient information or anything like that, but just the trends. And you would see what's coming in and out. You would hear behind their voices the struggles that they were seeing on the regular. And that's a big one, like, though. You go to your doctor and he's like, you got to lose all this weight or you're going to die. You're like, well, losing 200 pounds seems totally impossible. And if we approach it that way, I think it is totally impossible. But the good news is there's other ways to approach it where we can do it in a way that makes it manageable, feasible, and you'll eventually get there. Time's going to keep passing regardless, and it might take a little time, but remember, strongest trees, best roots, takes time to grow. None of us gained 200 pounds. None of us gained crippling depression and anxiety overnight. It's usually built on, here and there over time. So, what if we break it down to, I only need to change one habit that will move me towards weight loss? That should be, my actions are aligned with someone who is on a weight loss journey. Weight loss is one example. It could be any change you are trying to make to help you reach your current goals. How we frame our internal dialogue, that little voice that constantly wants to tell us we can't do this or that because of this or that, may be one of the most powerful skills when it comes to sustainable growth. So if I was going to expand, and I think I do, we'll wait, because I do get to a weight loss example. I've got a whole scenario here to help, I think, demonstrate what I'm trying to say. Some time ago, I was introduced to the idea of SMART goals. It's an acronym, SMART. The method was developed by management consultant George T. Doran in the early 1980s as a means to assist in goal attainment. This method has proven effective across many industries and life in general. The acronym can be jotted down and carried around for a while if that helps keep it in mind. Now, I do have SMART worksheets in here that help out a lot with this. I actually built some out for people to use. And after talking with someone last night, there was someone who jumped on the Twitch, and after chatting with them last night, I ended up really, like, at some point maybe getting to a place where I can have some sort of an app, and that way it's easy for people to have access to this information, have access to this stuff without needing to carry around pieces of paper and things like that. A lot of things with goal attainment is all about how easy can you make it. You got to remove as many obstacles as possible. And just by cutting things up into little sections, that can be a huge obstacle for a lot of us, myself. So the system could be jotted down, but here is the acronym. Here's the acronym for SMART. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. And I have in here, see attached SMART goals worksheet. Let's look at the hypocritical example. Let's look at the hypothetical example of how the SMART approach can be utilized in a real-world setting. And I didn't base this on any one specific person. This is more just my time spent in the pharma industry and what I observed while I was there, some of the struggles that people go, because most people do want to change when they're in situations in life where they're not comfortable, they don't feel good in life. They do want to make those changes, but it can be really hard. And so this is just a person that I made up based on a whole bunch of people that I met along the way. The name, though, if you know me, you'll figure it out pretty quick. Wes Carpenter has a long history with fatty meats, dark sodas, and sugary snacks, and he works a relatively sedentary job. His family physician is already talking to him about starting metformin as his A1C is getting a little high. This is just one item on a checklist of things his doc wants to keep an eye on. His job is demanding, and even when putting in long hours, he still sees his debt inching up slowly. He provides what he perceives as a nice and stable life for his family of 4. Along with his family physician, Wes's family has lovingly encouraged him to lose some weight through light exercise like walking and swimming. So that's our case study right here. There was one word that sounded a little bit, I feel like I heard family. Along with his family physician, we'll change family to wife and kids. I like family. This isn't a Fast and the Furious movie. Wife and kids. Family. The issue here is that Wes knows irrevocably that losing some of the extra 240 pounds he's been carrying around for the last few years would be wonderful. And that's the hard part when we're struggling, dude, is a lot of times we know. When I was at the worst of my worst of everything, I knew I didn't want to be there. I knew something needed to change, but it was so overwhelming all at one time. It was so massive and so big that it became really hard, it became really difficult to even think about climbing that mountain, especially when you're stuck at the bottom of it. It looks humongous. Somewhere deep down inside, he wants the weight loss probably more than anyone else in his life. It may be masked by years of false perceptions and developing defenses. Yet that yearning to be free of the extra weight, even though a faint spark now, still exists. So even if it's way deep down somewhere inside, you feel like you've given up, tried everything so many times, and we'll get to some of that with him. The problem Wes finds is that every time he approaches the apparent mountain of a weight loss journey, it seems insurmountable. The task is too big, and the falling back into default habits is too easy. We talk about a lot of default habits in Chamber 3. To be fair, Wes has a history of trying different fads or techniques in an attempt to reach his goals. Sometimes he even made it a month or two into the Brand New Me program that was going to change everything. Yet he also found himself falling back into old habits and behaviors. Change never lasted. Time continued to pass as always. Wes understood the concepts and logic soundly. That's knowledge. Knowledge is when you understand the concepts and why you need to do this. When you understand that, you gotta have the knowledge of it. He yearned for the release from this burden so badly, yet felt somehow incapable of accomplishing the feat. Maybe this is just who I am and will always be, he would often ponder under the cloud of a somber countenance. The mountain too big and the path too impassable. He knew that if nothing were to change, he would live the rest of his life like this, trapped in a cycle of dopamine and disappointment, watching his kids grow alongside his debts, cholesterol, and A1C until eventually that cardiac event his doctor had been warning him about comes to fruition. I need to put a period here. Watching his kids grow alongside his debts, cholesterol, and A1C. Period. Until he eventually experiences that cardiac event. Until Wes eventually experiences. Okay. Sorry. I told you, though, I was going to be making changes as I went along. Looking for things. Experiences that cardiac event his doctor had been warning him about comes to fruition. If he makes it out of that one alive, it might be enough motivation to get it right. Only time will tell. Sometimes it does take, being you got to hit a hard wall or a hard bottom. I hit a really hard bottom before coming to a lot of this stuff. And if I would have stayed with my current behaviors, it would have turned into something, really kind of awful. I probably would be dead right now. If I'm being honest with myself and being honest with you. 'Cause I was in a bad way. Okay, now we're going to go on to the analysis of our case study. I feel the scenario above is not entirely uncommon as of this writing, especially when looking a little deeper at the commonalities we all share with this story. That should be a period. That should be a capital E. Especially when looking at, yes, the deeper commonalities we all share. It is the underlying threads and themes that deserve our attention here. Wes could be replaced with any human being at almost any age during any era, and weight loss swapped with any challenge sought to be overcome. That needs to be a period. My mom, I think, was the one who was like, yo, you guys, you tend to run on. son. Such as overcoming addiction, career change, time management, relationship management, goal attainment, skill development, or any other worthy pursuit. The attributes we seek to uncover are those that can be applied over a plethora of situations and life events. Identifying these traits is half the battle. Let's break down quickly those consistent threads. That really is a big part of it, you know, it is a huge part, is understanding what's going on. You know, it's sorry, I'm just very, my MS stuff, I get like itchy and my body gets all like, ugh, like my muscles are trying to climb out and stuff like that. But let's break down those consistent threads, you know, because being able to identify this stuff, it really is a big piece of it. And when I say, you know, the attributes we seek to uncover are those that can be applied over a plethora of situations and life events. I try to teach my kids more than anything resiliency. If you can do something you don't want to do and you can do it well, that'll take you so far in this world. That'll take you so far. If you can do it without complaining at all, that's going to take you to the moon, you know. But being able to do that and seeing things for what they are, that sometimes life is going to suck and sometimes you're going to have to do something that isn't that much fun. If it's a part of getting to your journey, you know, everybody wants to look like Brad Pitt from Fight Club or Arnold from Hercules in New York. And yeah, you might want to be at the gym, but you're not going to enjoy certain days. You might be like leg days, you know, I just don't enjoy it. Back day, I just don't enjoy it. But you push through the things you don't enjoy because it's part of a bigger picture. We all have to be held accountable to that. We have to push through certain things that are uncomfortable in order to achieve something bigger. So here are some of those threads. So Wes, we're talking about Wes, this specific case study. History of perceived negative behaviors. Battles with physical health and weight. I need to expand the example there. Expand example. So that could be all the different diets that he tried. His negative behaviors. You know, he tried things and he's failed over and over and over again. So there's a negative perception, and I think a lot of us run into that. There's a negative perception going into something, you know. Well, I've tried so many times in the past, there's no way this time is going to be any different. That is not true. This could be the time that it is different. We're going to give an explanation right there of failing forward, because we are going to fail. We are all going to fall down. We are all going to crash and crumble. You can take that whole thing of markers up there if you want. Keep those stairs. I'm going to keep drawing on that flash sheet probably tonight. I have fun drawing on paper. I got a cool death head moth that I did, but with a jack-o'-lantern instead of a skeleton. I'm excited to color it. Some nice bright fall colors. Try and get a couple of candy corn gradients and stuff going on. I think that could be pretty cool. But either way, we fail forward. Failing is so important. And we learn the most when we fail. So when you fail, though, if you fail forward, think about it. If you're walking and you trip and stumble, if you're moving forward, rarely do you ever fall backwards. When you're walking, you fall forward and your head lands further up. You know, this is you on the ground. Like walk, walk, walk. Here's your head coming. Boom. Ow. You might get scraped up. I'm hurt. Yeah. But when we get up, we do like this caterpillar thing. We bring our legs in and we usually support ourselves there, and then we stand up further ahead than we were, even if we fell down. So it's about failing forward, learn from those bumps and bruises, stand back up. You're still a little bit ahead than where you started. We're all still a little bit ahead than where we started. So I'm going to put an example in there. A desire to achieve some form of lasting change. I think that's something we can all relate to, even if it's not weight loss. For Wes here, it is. He wants to lose weight. That's his big, goal here for his doctor, for his family, for all these people, for himself. Deep down at night when he's laying there at night, or that guilt he feels after pounding a box of honey buns or something like that. But it's be kind to yourself. Wherever you're at, you can start there, even if it is eating a whole box of honey buns a day. That's okay. But a desire to achieve some form of lasting change, multiple failed attempts at lasting change, whether it be drinking, smoking, exercise, being present for your kids, whatever it is you're trying to change. You know, I think we've all had that, tried to do something and failed a couple times. And it's okay. It's okay. Fail forward. He tried everything from cold turkey to pills to shots. And I, in the pharmaceutical industry, launched the GLP-1 for weight loss. I'm very familiar with how these drugs work and all these different things, and I don't think they're bad. I'm not here to demonize anything, but I feel that the weight loss community offers a lot of Band-Aids, but not a lot of true lasting solutions. And it's very multifaceted. It's not just the weight loss industry, it's the food industry, you know, how big that is and how hard it is to navigate that in a lot of ways. There's so many moving components, but we can, you know, the big thing is that multiple failed attempts at lasting change. You tried all kinds of stuff. Tried to do this, tried to do that, was gonna be better, kept falling down. Da 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 da. Somebody promised it would work. It didn't work. They promised again. Da 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 da. All of that there. Fear of internal wiring that inhibits lasting change. I am one of those people. I was like, dude, there's just something wrong with my brain. I'm just depressed. I'm just anxious. That's just who I am. I'm going to have to live with that for my entire life because there's something wrong with me. Maybe there's something wrong with my DNA that doesn't allow me to overcome this goal. I'm destined to be this way. That kind of thinking can get really dangerous. Looking at the change as insurmountable. This whole thing is impossible, so why bother even trying? And your habits are easy to fall back into. All of us, we love it. Acceptance that nothing will ever change. I give up. You know, I'm done. And 7, getting hit with the brevity of time at one point or another. This is going to happen to all of us. Life hits hard with a before and after moment. Death of a loved one or cancer diagnosis, for example. Or we get to the end of it regretting never taking that chance we felt was right in the very being of our soul. A lot of that is discussed in Chamber 1 about time. If you want to, know more about that, it's all in Chamber 1. I have noticed that these 7 can be found in most endeavors involving big change. Now let's look at how smart thinking can make the seemingly impossible possible. I told you there was a light at the end of the tunnel. The smart path for Wes is continued in the next section. That should be continued below, because it's not really broken into a next section. This will feel like work at first. If you want change, you are going to need to work. No way around it. This is going to take work. You might find this to be some of the best work you ever embark upon. Look at your life in a smart way for a while. We're using the acronym SMART here. Find the small ways to push yourself towards your goals responsibly. Continue this practice for 21 days. Although 21 days can seem like a lot, remember that time is going to pass the same regardless of what we do with it. So why not try something different with the time we have? Please see the Wes's SMART Goals flowchart while working through this section. Now, let's look at how our hypothetical Wes Carpenter could apply smart thinking to his current situation. Do I even have his flowchart in here? I don't even think it's added to the final one. Personal biases worksheet, personal goals worksheet, SMART goal setting worksheet, goal-oriented daily tracking worksheet, daily behaviors worksheet, and these aren't all meant to be used all at the same time. It's slow. It's a slow process. But there's the glossary and then the afterwards. So yeah, it's not even in there. Need to develop that. Let's make that, because that flowchart would be really important, because then you can just swap out whatever you got going on and actually see it, in action. Need to make. It's actually a lot I need to get ready before the actual first printing. Need to make. Okay. So specific. So now we're using SMART and we're just kind of doing an overview look at Wes's situation. Specific. I am going to dedicate a pair of walking shoes that I will put on my feet each decided upon walking day and wear the shoes for 1 hour. This is, when we're talking about goals, we're not trying to break 200 pounds right now. We're trying to create small behaviors. We're trying to create things that might help Wes achieve his goals in a way that's attainable. It's responsible. It's not working out with Bo when I shouldn't have been working out with Bo. Or I should have known, listened to my body and been like, done. But these easier chunks, it's much easier to manage. Measurable. Are the shoes on my feet at the decided upon time? What has been put in place to help hold me accountable to my commitment? You have to ask yourself that. What's there to hold you accountable? Sometimes there might be anything there. Would an alarm on my phone suffice? Do I have a confidant that I can trust to help me with this goal? Accountability buddy. We talked about that last chamber. The accountability buddy is a great premise. Attainable. Can I accomplish this task on my own? If the answer is no, the goal should be reevaluated and designed for success. Is there someone I need to ask for help in order to help me fulfill my goal? You don't want to set goals that you can't reach. So let's say in this situation, let's say a weight loss situation, somebody was, needed to lose 300 to 400 pounds. They're very heavy. Them putting on their shoes might not even be attainable at first. And that's okay. You can start wherever you're at, dude. Wherever you're at, you can start with whatever you're trying to accomplish. You can start there. So maybe the goal might be shifted to, do I have somebody who's going to come into my house and I'm going to commit to doing, just light arm exercises for however long it takes. Whatever the goal might be, you can start somewhere small. And then the first goal of light arm exercises might be, I'm going to hold the weights in my hands for 10 minutes a day. For the next 21 days, I'm not even going to do anything with them. I'm not going to lift them. I'm just going to get comfortable holding on to these things, making them a part of my body. My brain knows that these weights are something we're doing something with. But let's get back to Wes. Let's not digress too much. So, yes, but if you can't meet your goal, reset the goal. It's not good to give yourself goals you can't meet because you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. We all are. Relevant. Does this action align with my long-term goals? So does putting on my shoes eventually equate to losing some weight? All the micro goals should point right back at the big one. It's like building a pyramid and you've got bricks, brick by brick, but you've got to build the bottom layer first. Like the big pyramid goal is 200 pounds. We're taking that and breaking it down into one brick at a time. And then you're able to build it. Because if you try to build a whole pyramid at once, it won't stand. If you try, because you're trying to build it upside down. If you're starting at the goal of 200 pounds, you're starting at the brick at the top, but putting that on the ground and then trying to attach like that to make an upside down pyramid. And that's not going to work. It's just going to crumble in on itself. So, attainable, relevant, does this. Yes. Putting on my shoes is eventually, and when I put Wes's whole path in here, I'll show you the full workflow so you can see, yes, this micro goal, then this micro goal, this micro goal, and then within a year, look at where we're at. We're moving somewhere, we're doing something, and we did it just a little bit at a time. It doesn't got to be crazy all at once. Does lacing up walking shoes at a specified time equate to weight loss? In this instance, if we were to build the whole plan out, yes, it does. And that's Smart Glow. See. Hi, boy. What you doing? Smart Glow flow chart. Okay. And then timely. Has a designated timeline been established for the new behavior? In this case, the time commitment is 21 days. I find 21 days to be a great time commitment because it really establishes a habit routine in the brain. This is ample amount of time to build a new habit. Although this task, putting on shoes, may seem trivial, it is in the breaking down of our goals into manageable pieces that helps us achieve long-term change. And that's what I would love to help people achieve, man, long-term change. I want to see people being happy people, contented people. That just puts more good energy out in the world. Ensure you break down each SMART goal into the smallest pieces possible. For Wes, the next goal may be, I am going to put on my shoes, and then you add this other one. Walk to the mailbox and back. That might be a grand total of 30 seconds for some people, 15 seconds. Maybe you live in an apartment. You're like, really? Walk from my chair to my mailbox is right outside? Maybe your mailbox is downstairs and that's too far for right now. You're like, okay, my first thing is just walk to my door. And then you go from walk to the door, 21 days later, walk to the elevator. But For Wes, I'm going to put on my shoes and walk to the mailbox and back. I'm imagining he lives, the mailbox is at the end of a short sidewalk, something like that. And the goal after that, I will put on my shoes and walk to the corner of the block and back, so you're just adding small little increments. And there might be times where you want to push yourself and say, I'm ready to go more. I can feel it inside me. And maybe you do a little bit, tiny bit, but when you start reaching for the top of the pyramid, when we still should be laying the foundation, it's not going to end well. We need to build these small, individual, incremental steps in order to see this stuff, and in my opinion, in order to see this stuff really change. So, put on my shoes, walk to the end of the block and back. These could be broken down in smart way, that says ways, in a smart way, and worked for 21 days each. The smallest seeds can root the strongest trees, with each goal slightly building upon the last. We're going to turn that into a period. With each goal slightly building upon the last and slowly laying the groundwork for lasting change. For instance, I need to reduce my social media time by 2 hours a day. Could be broken down into 5-minute increments if necessary. Okay, and then run each new small goal through your smart filter. Even in 1% increments, you can reach 100% relatively quickly with concentrated effort. The journey of 1,000 miles is only accomplished one step at a time. Start walking, break it down into single steps. Number 5, choose one smart goal at a time. This is really important, dude. This is super important. Just choose to do one thing at a time. Having too many priorities on the table at once will surely result in nothing getting your full attention. When one smart goal is met, move on to the next. Reassess with every new goal to ensure you are still moving towards your bigger vision. If possible, have a flow chart of your next 5 to 10 SMART goals to help you visualize the path you are on. Again, though, only work one goal at a time. This is a big deal, and this is something I learned from, now I can't think of dude's name, and I feel really bad about it, but the concept is essentialism. Essentialism. And essentialism is the practice of focus in so many ways when trying to accomplish things. So I'm going to give you a little demonstration here. Okay. I'm going to draw the first little image. This is how a lot of us spend our time. This is how our modern culture, again, everything is very multifaceted. I'm not here to demonize or blame any one thing. Let's say this is us, and we think we're doing great. This is us right here. We think we're doing awesome. Look at us. Yay! But now these are all of our priorities. These are priorities. Okay, so let's say we're split between... Did you just fart in here, dog? Family... your dreams, work, let's say free time, the list goes on and on and on, etc., etc., etc. The list goes on and on and on. And at any time of the day, our mind could be thinking about all these things at once. Oh, I got to do this. I got to get more time with my kids. Oh, no, work's kind of falling off, man. I'm slacking behind there. Crap, I need to figure out more time with the wife because we haven't spent any time together recently, or spouse or whoever. What else did I write? Free time. I never have any time for myself. I know a lot of us struggle with that right there. Now I'm going to show you the other drawing. Now here's me in here, you in here, any of us in here, still happy. But we're happy, we're really happy. We're like, yay, we're going to put stars over here, yay, because we feel great. Focus on one thing at a time. So let's say in my head, in my dome going on right now, I'm like, it's family time. Just focus on family. Even if it's only 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes that you're spending with your family, if you just focus on that, your attention is going to be so fully there that even if you were to give the same 15 minutes in jumbled up mess brain, sorry, doing this backwards is tough. If you were to give the same 15 minutes in jumbled up mess brain, you might be with your family, but you might be thinking about 10 other different things that you're trying to accomplish, or things that have to happen, stuff that's coming up in the future, all these different things. So even if it was equitable amount of time, just knowing that I'm giving this time right here to them fully, I'm not going to sit here and worry about everything else and all the other things going on in my life, blah, 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 blah. You might accomplish bigger long-term goals and plant better seeds. You plant better seeds over here than we do over here. And you actually buy time by doing this. By dedicating and kind of, I don't want to say chopping up your time, but by really focusing on your time and managing it a little more effectively, then I think you'll find that you have so much more time on your hands than you might see right now. We can find ways to buy our time back. Essentialism. Great concept. Gary, I think it was Gary. What was your name, Gary? I don't know. Okay, moving on. We've only got a couple left because I do got to get some other stuff. Dang, it's already 4 o'clock. I've been streaming for a minute. So we talked about choose one smart goal at a time. Carry your smart goals with you. This will feel strange. Or wait, maybe we didn't get all the way there. Social media can be broken down. Yes, break it down in single steps. Choose one goal at a time. Having too many priorities. This is having too many priorities at once. That's what this looks like. Too many priorities at once. By its nature, by definition, you can only have one like true priority that you're working on. So, carry your SMART goals with you. This feels strange at first. It can be a physical copy or a photo on your phone. This is extremely important though. Have the ability to refer back to your SMART goals at any point to ensure your actions are aligning with your goals as frequently as possible. This will greatly aid in achieving your desired results. You got to commit to it, do the work, feel awkward for a little bit, it'll be okay. And then the last one, once you are comfortable with the idea of SMART goals and have met a few, move on to Chamber 5. Chamber 5, we're over here. All right, we're making our way through the book. I'm going to get ready to call it. Thank you, everyone who hung out with me a little bit today, especially to my peoples who like genuinely helped me out, helped me figure some things out. There's still some ways to go, still some things to do, but I can look at the list and say, hey, you know what? We're moving in the right direction. I appreciate all of you, love and kindness. I leave you with those things. One day, hopefully, I'll have enough viewers where I can do the little raid thing. I've been a part of that a couple times, and that's fun on Twitch. But I've got some work to do, man. I've got some other stuff. I'm gonna go get me a bite to eat. I'm gonna get me something yummy, and yeah, that'll be. I think that'll be about it for me. Outside, getting some work done, you know, and then looking more and more into trying to get these chat things working well and everything going good. But again, peace, calm, kindness. I leave you with those things. Thank you to everybody. Got 2 new subscribers today, dude. That like blows my mind. Thank you to those people so much, and thank you to everybody helping me out figuring out the rest of this stuff. So, dude, I'm so great that I found you two. Have a great night, you guys. Lucky, I hope to continue this conversation, you know. I'll maybe be able to, because I know we got a Discord set up for some stuff, but yeah, just keep it going to where I'm hoping, and you know, I know I can't do it alone. I know I'm going to need assistance with making this stuff happen, so people like you, I appreciate it. Will, I love you, dude, you know that. I will talk to you all very soon, probably be back on, chatting it up tomorrow a little bit, and yeah, have a great rest of your day. Do a random act of kindness.